I would say that I was drawn to medicine starting in high school. I was very fortunate to have a teacher for my honors biology class my sophomore year who really sparked an interest in science for me. He was my teacher for anatomy and physiology the next year, and at that time I really knew that I wanted to be either a nurse or a doctor. When I was a nurse, I made the decision that I wanted to go back to medical school. But I could not afford to stop working and take classes and go to medical school at the same time. In the beginning, I worked full-time as a night shift RN and went to school in the day, taking these prerequisite classes. And it was very taxing, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Knowing that there was a light at the end of the tunnel, that there would be financial aid available to me when I became a full-time medical student, helped me get through that process. If I thought that I would have to do something like that for 4 years, I don't know if I would have chosen to go to medical school still. School is very expensive. Beyond just our tuition, we incur a lot of expenses for test prep for licensing exams, for traveling for our residency interviews, and our loans just don't cover that cost. So the financial support provided to me from the University of Nevada in the form of scholarships was absolutely critical to my education here. Although I received loan money, the scholarships themselves reduced the burden of the debt that I'll be required to pay back and really allowed me to not stress so much about the finances and focus on my studies and my patients. When I first opened my financial aid offer going into my first year, I was thrilled to see the amount of money that I'd be receiving. I remember I actually called my mom and told her just the amount of money and how generous these foundations were being. And it was a huge relief to me, and she shared in that relief in knowing that this was being provided for me. It was such a gift, and I really could never thank them enough for what they gave to me. I absolutely plan on coming back to Reno to practice no matter what it is that I'm doing. I'm a third-generation Nevadan. I was born and raised in Reno, and this community is very important to me, so I want to make sure that I'm a part of it in my professional life.